Thank you for joining me today. Today, we're going to work on the head, neck, shoulder area just to help to alleviate some of the tightness we may have when we're working at a computer all day, kind of hunched over. So, to get started, making sure that you have a little bit of room from your body to the back of your chair that allows you to get some movement with ease, feet flat on the floor. And just from here, we're going to start just by looking back and forth, so to the left and to the right, using the breath to help initiate the movement. So inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, just gently begin to look to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, looking to the right, only going as far as you comfortably can. Inhale, coming back to center. Just continue the movement, again, allowing the breath to initiate. If it works best for you to do opposite than what I recommend with the breath, then do so. It's more important to keep breathing than to try to match my breath. And just notice if there's any tightness or tension, not trying to push ourselves beyond what it's capable of doing today. Being mindful of our muscles, our body as a whole, not trying to force or fight it. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, turning, looking to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Let's do once more on each side. Exhale, looking to the left. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, looking to the right. Inhale, back to center. From here, we're just going to roll the shoulders back. You can do them together, or you can do one at a time if that's what you enjoy doing. Always feel free to modify, make any changes that suit you better. Let's do 2 more roll backs. And then we'll just roll the shoulders forward. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Okay, from here, we're just going to shrug those shoulders up to the ears. And then as we exhale, just gently think of releasing, relaxing through the shoulders, allowing those shoulder blades to slide down the back. Again, inhale, pulling the shoulders up towards the ears. And exhale, softening, letting go. Trying to allow those shoulders maybe go a little deeper. Inhaling up. Exhale, releasing. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, bringing the shoulders or shrugging the shoulders up. Exhale, softening and letting go. Hopefully, we allowed those shoulders to maybe go a little bit lower down from the ears. When we tense up, we tend to bring those shoulders up closer to the ears. So we want to try to release that and let that go. Okay, from here, we're just going to do a neck hold. So we're going to tip one ear over top of the shoulder and then just slightly tip the chin towards the chest. It's not going to press. There's going to be space between. And you should feel that nice stretch on the outside of the neck down across the shoulder. If this does not feel good, if it's bothersome for your neck, please don't do it. Now, if you're doing this and you're like, yeah, it feels okay, but I'd like to go a little deeper, you can use your hand, just gently place it on the head. We're not pushing, we're not forcing. We're just using that hand for a little bit of resistance. So keeping the hand fanned open and just allow the hand to rest on the head if that's comfortable for you. Become mindful of the breath, noticing if you're holding the breath. Ideally, we want to keep that breath flowing freely and become aware if our breath starts to change. Noticing if we're holding the breath, usually that means we're doing something difficult or it could be unfamiliar. And we're so focused on what we're trying to do, we forget about breathing. So it is important to keep that flow of breath going. And then when you're ready, if you have the hand resting on the head, just release it. And with your next inhale, bringing the head back up to center. And then as we exhale, same thing on the other side. So tilting the head, ear over shoulder, and then slightly tipping the chin down towards the chest. Again, you should feel that nice stretch down the outside of the neck and across the shoulder. And if you're comfortable here, stay here. If you want to go a little deeper, placing the hand again on the head, not forcing, not pressing, not pushing, just resting. Close your eyes if it helps to connect with the body and breath. And just notice. Notice what you feel. Notice where you feel it. If anything is uncomfortable, causing pain, please do not do it. Hold here for one more breath. And at the bottom of the exhale, just release the hand. Use the inhale to come up. Again, we're going to roll those shoulders back. One more time. And then rolling them forward. Okay, from here, we're just going to keep working through the shoulder area. So we're going to bring these arms up to shoulder height, cactus arms, and we're going to inhale, bring them together. And as we exhale, opening up. Think of bringing those shoulder blades together, like you're pinching them together, holding a pen or a pencil between the shoulder blades. And then inhale, coming together. So we're stretching the muscles across the back, tightening the muscles across the chest, the pectorals. Inhale, opening up again. Exhale, bringing those arms together. Use your imagination like your arms are going through water. So that little bit of resistance. Keep the shoulders relaxed so they're not coming up to the ears. If you find the shoulders always right up, you could try setting the shoulder girdle. I'll just come out of this pose to show you. You go up, back, down, and then bringing the arms back up. That just helps to stabilize the shoulder, and sometimes it helps us with keeping those shoulders relaxed away down from the ears. Okay, let's do one more. Inhale, opening up. We're going to extend those arms out and then bring them back to the body in a self hug. So one hand to the opposite shoulder, other hand to the opposite ribs. Slowly and controlled, bring the chin down towards the chest, feeling that lengthening down the back of the neck, across the upper back, along the shoulders. Visualize yourself releasing the stress and tension with each exhale. Just allow it to wash out. Feel the muscles softening across the upper back. And when you're ready, with the next inhale, gently bring the head back up to center and release the arms with the exhale. Okay, from here, we're just going to make sure that we get a little bit of lengthening and stretching down through the shoulders. So we're just going to walk those hands on the table or desktop, coming into that modified child's pose. Softening through the head and neck. And walking those fingers maybe just a little bit further. Keeping the bottom firmly planted in the chair. And feel the lengthening down the back, down the arms. Allowing the head to rest. You may not come all the way down to the desktop or tabletop, but just fighting the urge to hold the head up. So we're causing tension. So we want to release, soften, and let go. You can bring one arm down to support underneath the forehead if that works best for you. And we just want to allow that neck to be free of some of that responsibility and burden it has all day long, holding our heads up. Feel the shoulder blades sliding down the back. And when you're ready, use the inhale to begin to bring yourself back up to a seated position. Walk those hands back across the desktop or tabletop. Okay, from here, we're just going to take one arm across the front of the body. So we're supporting above the elbow. We're going to get that nice stretch across the upper back. And think of energizing out the fingers. I usually give them a nice little wiggle. And if you'd like, and it feels comfortable for you, look over or towards the shoulder that we are stretching. So there should be room between the chin and the shoulder. So we're not resting the chin on the shoulder, because if you're doing that, chances are you've lifted the shoulder up and getting a little bit of that tension through that upper shoulder area. A little bit of impingement may happen. So we want to keep that shoulder relaxed. When you're ready, with the inhale, bring the head back to center if you were looking over the shoulder, and exhale, release. Same thing on the other side. So supporting the arm, gently think of sliding or gliding it across the front of the body. Doesn't have to be a large movement, but keep that shoulder relaxed so it's not riding up. Energizing out the fingers. And if you want, with the exhale, turning, looking towards or over that shoulder that we're supporting and stretching. So again, bit of space between the shoulder and the chin. Hard to see with my collar in the way. I can feel it rubbing there. And hopefully you're feeling that nice stretch across the upper back through the shoulder blade. And then when you're ready, use the inhale to bring the head back to center. Exhale, release the arm and roll those shoulders back and forward. Okay, from here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look down towards my lap. And then I'm going to place my hands one on top of the other, because when we interlace, we tend to pull. So I just want to gently place one hand on top of the other on the back of the head. So I'm going to get this nice stretch down the back side of the neck into the upper shoulders. So coming towards your desktop, especially if you need to rest your elbows, just to be mindful again that we're not pulling on the head. So I'm just going to place the hands just on the crown or just behind the crown. And then I'm just going to soften, bringing my chin towards the chest, not forcing, not fighting. If it's more comfortable for you, take the hands away, soften the head, and then you can place one hand, seeing how it feels. And if you'd like, place that second hand. So depending on your position, maybe you'd like to bring those elbows to the desktop, which can be fine, but be mindful, because a lot of times when we start to bring those elbows together, we start to pull. And we want to make sure that we are not doing any unnecessary pulling, straining, or any movements that could compromise through the neck and the shoulders. So I just want to think of that nice softening down the back side of the neck, between the shoulders, the upper spine, very gentle, very loving to ourselves. Again, if it helps, close the eyes and visualize the stress, the tension, the tightness just washing out the body with each exhale. When you're ready, gently release the hands. Use the inhale to bring the head back up to center. Again, roll those shoulders back. Okay, and then from here, we just want to kind of do a little bit of a chicken, kind of head movement. So bringing the chin forward, so keeping the upper body kind of firm and in place. Bring the chin towards the front of your desk, and then tucking it behind. So that small little movement, not a large movement, but just enough, hopefully, to help get ourselves back into that alignment of that proper posture, especially if we spend a lot of time looking down or at a computer all day. You can use the inhale to go forward, exhale to draw back, keeping the shoulders relaxed and soft. Let's do two more. Last one. And then from here, just coming to center, rolling those shoulders back. And now we're going to come into that self hug. So now we're going to go opposite. So whatever you did last time, try to reverse. If you don't remember, do what feels natural and then switch it over. So one hand to the opposite shoulder, other hands to the ribs. As you exhale, gently taking the chin down towards the chest, feeling that nice stretch down the spine, across the upper back, across the shoulders, that softening through the neck. If you're feeling any areas of tension, try to focus on bringing the breath to that area to dissolve the tension and wash out with the exhale. Sometimes visualizing a color or a temperature helps us with being able to let go of that tension and tightness. Ideally, we like to hold our stretches for about 20 to 30 seconds. The first 10 seconds, the muscles are still contracted. So we want to give them a chance to release, to soften, to let go. And the longer you hold the stretch, the muscles will release and relax. Every time we exhale, our muscles will relax a little bit more. When you're ready, use the inhale, bring the head back up to center. Exhale, releasing. Again, we're going to roll those shoulders. Being very mindful today of the shoulders through the neck. Let's do one more rolling back and then rolling forward. Okay, to help reverse some of that tightness, short muscles we may have from being hunched over looking at a computer all day, and extend the arms either behind the chair, if that works for you. If there's something you can hold on to, feel free to do so. You can interlace the hands behind the back, being mindful of the shoulders. So you want to do that up, back, and down. And then think of just pressing out from the chest down to the abdomen. So we've got that almost rounding camel-like pose. We're flexing through the spine as we draw those shoulder blades together and down, and we're getting that nice stretch across the chest area. So being mindful, not forcing, not fighting. If you find interlacing the hands isn't working for you, then yeah, holding onto your chair might be a great solution. Always look for modifications that are going to work better for you if what I suggest isn't ideal. And if you don't know any solutions that may work best for you, feel free to email me. making sure our ears are staying aligned over our shoulders as we do these stretches. So we're not tucking the head forward. And with the exhale, gently release the arms, give those hands a little bit of a shake out, roll those shoulders back and forward. Okay, from here, we're going to do one more movement type pose posture, and then we'll go into another stretch. So as we inhale, we're going to look up to the sky. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, taking the chin towards the chest, keeping those shoulders soft. And then inhale, coming back up to center. Or exhales. Sometimes I get confused on my breath, especially on a Monday. Allow the breath to initiate the movement and do what's natural for you. Again, so if I recommend exhaling one way, you find it's easier or more natural to inhale, please do that. We want to keep the breath flowing through the body. Coming back to center, chin towards chest. Think of doing a pause between the movements. It keeps us from getting into that momentum, which increases that risk of injury and takes away from our muscles working harder. I don't want to say harder that, they don't have to work harder, but it just takes a little bit from them and it does increase that risk of injury. Keeping it more controlled. And then after this, when we come back up to center, we'll do once more. Looking up and bringing that chin towards the chest. Keeping those shoulders relaxed or soft. Okay, from here again, one more time, rolling those shoulders back. And then forward. Two more. Okay, hopefully you feel a little bit looser, a little bit more limber, maybe through the neck, the shoulders, a little bit less tension and tightness. We are going to do our final stretch. Great time to set your intention for the day. We're going to extend those arms out and open, and we're going to come one more time into that self hug. It's a really nice stretch for stretching across the upper back, through the neck. Gives us that little bit of a hug. So as you exhale, bring the chin towards the chest. Gives us that little bit of a hug for ourselves, loving ourselves. Now is a really great time to set an intention for yourself. The mind is a little more relaxed. The body is softened. You can focus on an intention and bring it into your heart center. Believe it to be a true fact at this moment. It could be something you want to amplify more in your life, something you want to get back out to the universe. It could be, I am enough. I love easily. I give and receive love easily. I am strong. I am capable. Whatever it might be, bring it into your heart center and believe it to be a true fact at this moment. If you'd like to open up and do the self-hug on the other side, evening out, please feel free to do so. Taking that hug to the opposite side. Continuing to allow any tension and tightness to wash out. Maybe you're still focusing on your intention. Whenever you're ready, use the inhale to bring the head back up to center. Exhale, releasing the arms. If you'd like, you can roll them again. If you're done with rolls, that's fine. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully, today's stretches, poses will help with releasing some of that tension and tightness that you may experience through the neck, through the shoulders. And some of these stretches are really easy to do throughout the day without much of a warm up. So if you find yourself, in the daytime noticing a little bit of tension and tightness, try some of those stretches and see if it helps. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day.